Welcome to Guns Gear Network, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in today. We are on video 10 of our series of videos about our M416 Overlanding Bugout trailer build. So, got some new updates I wanted to kind of go over with you guys and kind of my thinking and so forth, and just kind of wanted to show you a few things that I have done. So the last time we spoke, I had added the receiver hitch and that Harbor Freight cargo rack for the back. And if you notice from that last video to this video, I talked about blocking your reflectors and your lights and stuff like that. So I have bought some 3M reflective tape and put around all the way around it just to kind of give that some extra visibility when you're driving to other drivers. I've also added the new ladder rack system. I've added my ARB awning on the back, and I've added a little personal touch decal on the front of it that I'll show you here in a second. So I'm going to take this off the tripod and kind of walk around and explain some things to you guys. So like I said, first things first, if you look, the rear now is much more visible with that reflective tape all the way around. And then my ARB awning. And I've got this set up to where maybe I could do like a little kitchen area in the back here or whatever, and that sort of thing. Same system. I use the same brackets, the homemade brackets that I've talked about before in my videos about the little aluminum, they're actually light brackets. You can buy off eBay. They're about $14 a pair. And mounted it the same way I did to my FJ, utilizing those, cheap and easy. And this ladder rack system, I'd seen other guys with the M416 use this, and it's pretty cheap. I could not go out and build one for what I paid for this. I only gave like $100 for it, including shipping. It's a little less than $100, like maybe $96. And I will post in the section below down there in the description below some of these products that I bought. So another hurdle that you're going to have to come over with this ladder rack system, it is too wide. It is adjustable, but it is too wide even at its shortest setting. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to cut evenly this section off and this section. There's a bar in the middle of this that kind of secures it all, and you're going to have to cut these two bars here shorter. You're going to probably have to cut about probably 1.5 inches off of each side. I just kind of cut a little at a time until I finally got it right. It's still actually a little too tight, but I'd rather have it too tight than not tight enough. So anyway, it works out pretty good. You're just going to have to play with that if you decide to go with this type of setup. So the other problem you're going to run into is how to attach it to the actual trailer itself. And I decided to try some of these clamps that are used to hold these ladder racks. They're used to hold like camper tops and stuff like that to pickup trucks. Well, the difference is in a pickup truck everything is reversed. So in other words, the lip overhang is inside the bed and you clamp it this way. So everything's kind of reversed. This would normally be the opposite. So you just kind of play with that. But I decided to, these come in a 6-pack. Well, unfortunately, if they come in an 8-pack, that would have been great. But if you want 2 per one, like I did here, I just wanted it to be extra secure. So I had to wind up buying 2 sets of those, 6 each. So I got a few extra. And I've got enough now to go back and put 3 clamps per one if I wanted to. So when you use these clamps, you're going to have to change out these bolts. They're too short for the ones they come with. You're going to have to buy long ones and the ones that are all threaded. And I will give you a link to that, or at least a description of what that is. I got them at Lowe's, and I'm pretty sure they are, I don't want to tell you wrong. So I'll just look in the section below if you're interested in these clamps and doing it this way. So one of the other little tricks I did to this trailer, I wanted to kind of make it still look military, but kind of play to the FJ crowd and the look of my FJ. So I got this custom star made from a nice guy I found on Facebook. Can't remember his name, but if you're interested, I'll locate it and send you to him. But he he did these for me. They're distressed. They still kind of got that military look because they're the Army star, but they have the FJ logo in the middle of them. So kind of gives that look, still having kind of the military look and so forth. There I've got one on this side and one on this side. So today I just kind of set everything up, just trying out what the awning would look like and how it would function and so forth. And you can do, you know, I'm kind of on the fence about how to maybe cover this or not cover it. I'm just really trying to decide. I don't want to have a dedicated overlanding trailer. That's all it is. I like the function of having just a trailer like this if I need to run to Lowe's and pick up something or whatever. So I think I'm going to make mine sort of modular. My goal is across this top, why I even put these ladder racks, is not for a rooftop tent, is actually for a cargo basket to put more capacity on top. So that's my goal with that, and I may have to move these back a little bit. Depends on how long my cargo basket is and where I'm going to attach it and everything, but that's my goal, is to have like a safari rack or cargo rack on top. Because it is currently an open concept, I had to go in here. If you remember, I talked about this cow mat that I had bought and cut and put in place. I had to drill some drain holes in the mat because it's a pretty tight fit all the way around, and I wanted, if it did get water in here, be able to get to the drains. So because this floor is not perfectly flat, it's got channels in it, I feel like if I have a hole there and a hole here, which is right above where the actual drain is, it should drain out. You know, it's also elevated with these little round pieces a little bit, so water's going to be down in here. Could be pretty deep. I don't know, what, 1/4 inch maybe? Maybe not quite quarter, but close. So anything you got sitting in here, unless it's like cloth or something laying down that would get down in here, but anything flat is not going to get wet. But if you put everything correctly into, you know, waterproof type totes, military type totes, and containers and stuff, you should be fine. Like I said, I hadn't decided if I'm going to cover it or not. I may change this totally and put a hard cover over it. Because I'm not cutting in a tailgate, I'm going to leave it as is. I don't know yet, so I'm kind of on the fence about it. But so far, I just wanted something functional. Even if I have to bag everything, put everything in waterproof containers, I may wind up putting some type of box system on the side. Hadn't quite got that far yet. I'm looking at that, researching that a little bit, but I may wind up doing some kind of box system on the side that would not really attach to the fenders, but it would lean on the fenders or lay on the fender and attach to the side here, where you could actually have the door that folds down like that. So that's kind of my thoughts so far. I've got a couple side boxes here local I found on Marketplace that I'm going to go take a look at to see if I could make work. I may not. If I can't make them work, I'm not going to buy them, obviously, but I don't know. I think they're too long, so that's going to be my problem there. But anyway, guys, just kind of want to give you an update on where I was. I'm pretty excited about how it's coming out. I like the functionality of everything. I think once I get my roof basket and everything on top, it's going to expand the capacity a lot more and be able to carry a lot of stuff and be able to go, you know, pretty good length of time as far as gear that you would need to carry. But anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. If you got any questions, you can post those below. If you like the videos, give us a thumbs up down there. Also, the share button's down there. If you're not a subscriber, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell out beside it. It will notify you when we get other videos produced and released, and that way you can kind of catch them as they come out. But anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Bring another video shortly. Have a great day.